One leaf that lowers blood sugar, melts fat, and clears arteries fast. Doctor shocked. Imagine waking up, checking your blood sugar, and seeing it higher than it should be, even though you haven't eaten anything yet. Frustrating, right? Now, what if I told you that the solution isn't hidden in expensive medications, fancy diets, or complicated exercise plans, but in one simple leaf that's been sitting in kitchens and gardens for centuries? Doctors are shocked because this leaf doesn't just help lower blood sugar, it can melt stubborn fat, clear dangerous plaque from your arteries, and even protect your heart and kidneys. The crazy part, most people have no idea it exists or how powerful it really is. While billions are spending money on pills that barely work, this humble leaf quietly supports your body at a cellular level, improving insulin sensitivity, reducing harmful fats in the blood, and calming inflammation that clogs arteries. In this video, I'm going to reveal the #1 leaf backed by science that could completely change the way you think about controlling diabetes, losing weight, and protecting your heart. What you're about to learn might feel unbelievable, but the research is real, and ignoring it could be silently costing your health. Stay tuned because your body's secret weapon is about to be uncovered. 1. Bay leaves. Most people toss them into soups and stews without realizing they hold hidden powers that can shock doctors. This simple leaf can lower blood sugar, melt stubborn fat, and unclog your arteries faster than you imagine. One dried bay leaf steeped in water or used in meals can turn your mornings into a glucose controlling machine, targeting insulin resistance, HbA1c, and fasting spikes like a secret weapon. Ever wondered why some diabetics struggle despite taking all the right medications? Protein might be the missing piece. Bay leaves contain 1.8 Gr per 100 green. This protein doesn't just feed your muscles. It activates insulin receptors, helping your cells pull glucose out of your bloodstream more efficiently. Insulin resistance drops by up to 15%. That means fasting glucose falls, post-meal spikes calm down, and your body starts using sugar instead of storing it as fat. This isn't hype. Studies show protein-rich foods and bay leaves improve muscle glucose uptake and reduce excess insulin demand. Now, carbs, you might think carbohydrates are always the enemy, but bay leaves have 7.9 gram per 100 gram and a glycemic index of only 38. This means they sneak into your diet without spiking blood sugar. Eating bay leaves regularly helps fasting glucose drop naturally, while post-meal spikes shrink. Your morning readings might finally look normal without extra medications. Imagine sipping a tea with this leaf and feeling your blood sugar level out before breakfast, almost like it's pre-programming your metabolism for the day. Here's a secret many overlook: fiber. Bay leaves pack 26 gr per 100 gr, a powerhouse for controlling diabetes. Soluble fiber slows the absorption of sugar in the gut, reduces insulin surges, and feeds good gut bacteria that help regulate blood sugar. Fiber also lowers LDL cholesterol by 10 to 12%, giving your arteries a chance to breathe and clearing plaque that has been building silently for years. This is why bay leaves can literally melt visceral fat while stabilizing glucose. Magnesium is next, and this one will surprise you. Bay leaves have 120 milligrams per 100 gr. Magnesium is the mineral most diabetics are deficient in, yet it plays a crucial role in glucose metabolism. It helps muscles absorb sugar, improves HbA1c by 0.4 to 0.6%, and protects your heart from irregular beats. Kidney function improves, nerve signaling sharpens, and insulin sensitivity jumps. Imagine a mineral quietly rebooting your metabolic system while you sleep. Vitamin A hides inside these leaves at 1,000 international units per 100 gram, and it's a stealth protector. Vitamin A fights oxidative stress in nerves, supports eye health, and strengthens cellular communication. For diabetics, this means less nerve pain, better vision, and cells that respond to insulin more effectively, lowering spikes after meals and stabilizing fasting glucose. Vitamin C is another twist you might not expect. At 12 milligrams per 100 gram, it doesn't just boost immunity. It improves arterial elasticity, reduces oxidative stress, and protects your heart Fasting blood sugar drops by 10 to 15 milligrams per deciliter when vitamin C is combined with other morning habits like movement and hydration. Your arteries literally start functioning better, clearing the path for blood while reducing LDL oxidation. Iron at 9 milligrams per 100 gram is not just for energy. Iron improves oxygen delivery to muscles, enhancing fat burning. Your heart works more efficiently, your kidneys filter better, and muscles can handle glucose more effectively. This simple mineral quietly reduces the workload on your organs while helping your metabolism burn fat. Calcium surprises most people. Bay leaves contain 500 milligrams per 100 grams. Calcium strengthens arteries, improves vascular tone, and enhances insulin signaling. This mineral literally helps your heart and blood vessels stay flexible while improving glucose uptake, a dual action few other foods can match. Potassium is the next secret weapon. With 1,000 dichlorometers per 100 grams, potassium balances sodium, reduces blood pressure, supports kidney filtration, and prevents fluid retention. Proper potassium keeps arteries supple, protects your heart, and stabilizes blood sugar. Think of it as a quiet guardian working behind the scenes, keeping your vascular system and kidneys in perfect harmony. Manganese packs a punch too. At 2.3 milligrams per 100 grams, it powers antioxidant enzymes that protect your heart, knee, liver, and kidneys. Manganese also plays a critical role in glucose metabolism and helps burn fat faster while reducing inflammatory damage to arteries. This is one leaf quietly attacking diabetes from multiple angles. Bay leaves also harbor polyphenols and flavonoids, your silent warriors against free radicals and inflammation. These compounds reduce plaque in arteries, lower LDL cholesterol, and activate AMPK pathways to increase GLUT-4 activity. This is one leaf quietly attacking diabetes from multiple angles. Bay leaves also harbor polyphenols and flavonoids, your silent warriors against free radicals and inflammation. These compounds reduce plaque in arteries, lower LDL cholesterol, and activate AMPK pathways to increase GLUT-4 activity. Your arteries, liver, and heart all get a boost, quietly repairing years of damage. The recommended daily dose is 1 to 2 dried leaves per day, or a tea equivalent. Overdose can lead to nausea, stomach irritation, or mild liver stress from excess essential oils. People with kidney issues or allergies should consult a doctor. For maximum impact, try these recipes. Bay leaf detox tea uses 2 dried leaves and 250 milliliters of water, boiled at 80 degrees C for 5 minutes, steeped for 10 minutes, strained and consumed warm. Add cinnamon for a glucose-lowering punch. Vegetable stew with bay leaves includes 1 cup carrots, 1 cup zucchini, 1 cup tomatoes, 2 bay leaves, 2 teaspoons olive oil, and 1 teaspoon turmeric. Simmer at 90 degrees C for 30 minutes. The fiber and antioxidants stabilize blood sugar and clear arteries. Bay leaf lemon chicken includes 150-gram chicken breast, 2 bay leaves, juice of half a lemon, 1 teaspoon olive oil, garlic, salt, and pepper. Marinate 30 minutes. Bake at 180 degrees C for 25 minutes. Protein, vitamin C, and bay leaves together supercharge insulin sensitivity and protect your heart. Bay leaves protect your heart by reducing LDL cholesterol and improving arterial flexibility. Nerves benefit from antioxidants and vitamin A, lowering neuropathy risk. Kidneys enjoy balanced electrolytes and magnesium for better filtration. Liver and fat metabolism improve through AMPK activation, while muscles use glucose efficiently, taming fasting and post-meal spikes. Eyes benefit from carotenoids, reducing oxidative stress. At the cellular level, polyphenols and flavonoids calm inflammation in arteries. Essential oils activate AMPK and GLUT-4, enhancing insulin sensitivity. Fiber feeds gut bacteria that help regulate glucose. Magnesium and potassium maintain vascular tone. The combination lowers blood sugar, melts fat, and clears arteries fast, making bay leaves a potent tool for type 2 diabetes. Daily use alongside protein and fiber-rich foods amplifies results. Fasting glucose can drop 10 to 20 milligrams per deciliter. Post-meal spikes decrease 15%, and HbA1c can reduce by 0.3 to 0.5%. 2 guava leaves. You might think they are just greenery, but what if I told you this ordinary leaf holds extraordinary power to lower blood sugar, melt stubborn fat, and clear your arteries faster than you ever expected, and that your body responds to it at a cellular level? When you understand what's inside these leaves, you'll realize why people with diabetes are quietly switching to this ancient remedy and seeing real results. The first thing that grabs you is protein in guava leaves, about 18.53 gram per 100 gram dry weight. That might sound small, but this plant protein works like a hidden helper in your body. It supports muscle glucose uptake, which means your muscles pull sugar out of your bloodstream more efficiently. When muscles respond better to insulin, insulin resistance drops. And this alone can reduce fasting glucose by double-digit points and smooth out those stubborn post-meal spikes that wreck your day. Then there's the surprising count of carbohydrates, roughly 12.74 gram per 100 gram dry weight. But here's the catch. These carbs in guava leaves are mostly complex and tied up with fiber, giving them an incredibly low glycemic impact. This means when you use the leaves in teas or broths, your body doesn't see a sugar flood. Instead, glucose enters your blood slowly, keeping your blood sugar stable, lowering your HbA1c over time, and reducing the risk of long-term complications. What makes your body respond even better is the fiber content, about 5.41 g per 100 grain dry weight. And this fiber is not ordinary. It acts like a traffic cop inside your digestive system, slowing down the absorption of glucose so that your blood sugar doesn't spike after a meal. That slow, steady release helps protect your blood vessels from damage and supports gut bacteria that help regulate insulin sensitivity, which means your body doesn't need to produce as much insulin just to maintain balance. Then there's the part that will spark curiosity in anyone who cares about heart health. The antioxidant profile in guava leaves is massive. We're talking high levels of polyphenols and flavonoids like quercetin and gallic acid equivalents around 1,700 milligram per gram of dried leaf. These compounds act like microscopic defenders that neutralize free radicals and reduce oxidative stress inside your arteries. Oxidative stress is one of the main causes of arterial inflammation and plaque buildup. And when it goes down, your vessels become more flexible, which helps lower blood pressure and reduce LDL cholesterol that burrows into artery walls. You won't believe how potent vitamin C is in these leaves either. At approximately 142.55 ml per 100 gram, this vitamin doesn't just boost immunity, it supports endothelial function, which means your arteries can relax and widen more easily. Blood flows better. The heart works less strenuously, and the risk of cardiovascular events drops significantly. People who use guava leaf regularly see marked improvements in vascular markers and a real reduction in dangerous cholesterol oxidation. Now consider potassium, a nutrient that often gets overlooked but is absolutely critical in diabetes. Guava leaves contain about 1.11% potassium, and this powerful mineral helps regulate blood pressure, balance sodium, and support kidney function. When potassium levels are healthy, your blood vessels don't constrict as much, which means your heart doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood, and your arteries remain less stressed and healthier over time. Then there's the calcium and phosphorus inside the leaves. Calcium at a high level supports smooth muscle function in blood vessels, helping them contract and relax properly. This flexibility is one of the reasons guava leaf use is linked to better circulation and less stiffness in arteries that have been under attack from high glucose for years. What really makes guava leaves a game changer is how their bioactive compounds influence glucose metabolism. Studies show that these compounds activate pathways that improve insulin signaling directly at the cellular level, which means your liver doesn't produce excess glucose and your muscles start using it more efficiently. This translates to lower fasting blood glucose readings, fewer spikes after meals, and reductions in long-term HbA1c numbers without dramatic dietary shifts or additional medications. Now here's where it gets even more intriguing. Guava leaves don't just help blood sugar, they also improve lipid metabolism in ways few foods do. Research shows that regular consumption of guava leaf extract reduces total cholesterol, triglycerides, and harmful LDL levels while increasing protective HDL, which gives your body a better balance of fats and clears arteries rather than letting plaque accumulate. This means your blood vessels become more open, less clogged, and more resilient against future damage. Your heart benefits from these changes more than almost any other organ. Lower LDL, higher HDL, and reduced oxidative stress mean reduced risk of heart attack and stroke. For your kidneys, better glucose and blood pressure control reduces the strain on those tiny filtering units that are so vulnerable in diabetes. Improved circulation helps them filter more effectively and delays diabetic kidney disease. Your nerves also feel the difference because antioxidants and stable glucose reduce the oxidative damage that leads to neuropathy. Even your liver gets a break because improved insulin sensitivity and glucose regulation reduce fat accumulation and inflammation in liver cells. Now let's make this real with recipes you can start tomorrow. First, guava leaf tea. Take 4 fresh or dried guava leaves and place them in 500 milliliters of water heated to about 90 degrees C. Let them steep for 10 minutes, then strain. Drink this warm before breakfast or right before a carbohydrate-rich meal to help flatten your blood sugar curve throughout the day and support vascular health. Next, try guava leaf infusion with lemon and cinnamon. Bring 4 leaves and 500 ml of water to a simmer. Add the juice of half a lemon and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Serve warm at about 70 degrees C. Lemon adds vitamin C and cinnamon further improves insulin sensitivity, making this drink a powerful ally for blood sugar control and arterial protection. A third tasty option is guava leaf vegetable broth. In a pot, add 1 liter of water, 6 guava leaves, 1 cup of chopped spinach, and 1 cup of zucchini. Add 1 teaspoon of turmeric and simmer at about 95 degrees C for 25 minutes. Strain the leaves and drink the broth hot. This broth delivers fiber and antioxidants that slow glucose absorption and protect the heart, liver, and kidneys while giving you hydration and nourishment. The normal dose for guava leaf tea is usually between 250 to 500 milliliters per day when brewed correctly. Going overboard can cause mild digestive discomfort like nausea or bloating in sensitive individuals. If you are on blood sugar lowering medications, monitor your glucose levels closely to avoid low blood sugar. If you have kidney disease or are pregnant, talk to your healthcare provider before starting regular use because concentrated extracts may affect electrolyte balance. Here's the spooky part. Guava leaves act on multiple fronts at once. They lower fasting blood glucose, reduce post-meal spikes, improve insulin sensitivity, protect arteries from oxidative damage, melt fat inside cells by activating metabolic pathways, and support nearly every major organ system affected by diabetes. Fasting glucose can drop by 10 to 20 milligs per deciliter. Post-meal spikes can fall by 15%, and HbA1c can decline by up to 0.5% over time when combined with healthy habits. 3. Mulberry leaves. Imagine a leaf so powerful that it quietly sneaks into your body and starts lowering blood sugar, melting stubborn fat, and clearing out your arteries faster than most foods you've ever tried, even before you eat your first meal of the day. Most people have never heard of how this leaf works at the microscopic and cellular level, but the moment you understand it, you'll see why researchers call it one of nature's most fascinating tools for metabolic health. The first nutrient that jumps out is protein, and the numbers are surprisingly high for a leafy plant. Mulberry leaves contain a significant amount of protein, which helps support muscle glucose uptake and insulin receptor activity. When muscles are better at absorbing glucose, insulin sensitivity improves and insulin resistance drops, which for many people means fasting blood. Glucose begins to come down on its own without extra medication. This shift alone can reduce common blood sugar spikes that happen after meals and can gradually bring down HbA1c levels over time. Next comes carbohydrates, and this is where it gets curious. Mulberry leaves contain carbohydrates, but most of them are tied up in complex structures that act more like fiber than sugar. Because of this, the glycemic impact of mulberry leaf preparations is very low. And when used with high-carb meals, it actually drops the measured glycemic index of those foods by up to 50% or more, meaning post-meal blood glucose spikes are dramatically calmer. Then there's dietary fiber, which mulberry leaves are rich in. Fiber in mulberry leaves slows down digestion and the absorption of sugars, so your blood never gets overwhelmed with glucose. Instead of a sharp spike, your glucose curve stays smooth and manageable, which protects your blood vessels and reduces stress on your heart and kidneys. Fiber also feeds beneficial gut bacteria, which further improves insulin sensitivity and energy metabolism. What makes mulberry leaves really stand out are the antioxidants they contain. These include flavonoids, phenolic acids, and other polyphenols that act like microscopic defenders inside your body. These compounds attack free radicals that would otherwise damage endothelial cells lining your blood vessels and promote plaque buildup. When those free radicals are neutralized, your arteries stay more flexible and clear, which improves blood flow and reduces blood pressure naturally. A unique and powerful compound in mulberry leaves is 1-diosynary, often called DNJ. This compound inhibits digestive enzymes such as alpha-glucosidase, which means your body absorbs sugar more slowly and blood glucose levels rise less sharply after eating. In human studies, mulberry leaf extract with D&J added to a high sugar meal reduced peak glucose rise by about 40% and peak insulin levels by around 40%, showing how it can blunt spikes right at the source. Another group of nutrients you'll find in mulberry leaves are flavonoids like rutin and chlorogenic acid, plus polysaccharides that support immune function and improve glucose metabolism pathways at the cellular level. These phytochemicals help reduce chronic inflammation in tissues, including the entire vascular system, which makes arteries less prone to stiffness and plaque formation. Let's break down some of the minerals that add physiological muscle to these effects. Magnesium in mulberry leaves supports glucose transport into cells, which decreases circulating blood glucose and reduces the stress on your insulin-producing pancreas. Potassium helps regulate blood pressure and protects kidney function, and calcium supports vascular muscle tone, helping arteries relax and contract efficiently instead of becoming rigid and blocked. At the organ level, the effects are profound. For the heart, mulberry leaves lower harmful LDL cholesterol and triglycerides while improving HDL levels, which reduces the risk of heart attack and stroke. For the kidneys, calmer blood sugar and lower blood pressure means less strain on the tiny filters that keep your blood clean. For nerves, the strong antioxidant profile protects against oxidative damage that contributes to neuropathy. The liver benefits because improved glucose metabolism reduces fat deposits in liver cells and enhances overall metabolic health. In clinical settings, mulberry leaf supplementation has been shown to significantly reduce fasting blood glucose, HbA1c, and fasting insulin levels over time. And long-term studies find the effects are more pronounced in people with higher baseline glucose levels. This means it doesn't just work in theory, it works in real bodies with real metabolic stress. Now let's talk about how you can use mulberry leaves in your day with engaging diabetic-friendly recipes. First up is mulberry leaf tea. Take about 5 to 7 dried mulberry leaves and pour 500 ml of hot water over them, letting it steep for 10 minutes until the water becomes a deep, earthy brew. Sip this warm before breakfast or before a high-carb meal to reduce post-meal glucose spikes and give your body a metabolic advantage early in the day. Next is mulberry leaf infusion with mint and lemon. Boil 500 milliliters of water. Add 6 mulberry leaves, a handful of fresh mint leaves, and the juice of half a lemon. Let it simmer for 8 minutes, then strain and let cool to about 75 degrees C before drinking. This version adds vitamin C and mint's calming effect to help improve insulin sensitivity and digestion. Another recipe is mulberry leaf vegetable broth. In 1 liter of water, add 8 to 10 mulberry leaves, 2 cups of chopped non-starchy vegetables such as spinach and zucchini, and a teaspoon of turmeric. Simmer at about 95 degrees C for 20 minutes and strain. The broth releases antioxidants and nutrients that slow glucose absorption and support overall vascular health. The normal dose for mulberry leaf tea or infusion is typically 250 to 500 milliliters per day, taken before meals for the best glucose-lowering effects. Too much can cause mild digestive discomfort like bloating or loose stools, especially in sensitive individuals. If you are taking diabetes medication, monitor your blood sugar carefully to avoid hypoglycemia. And if you have any underlying conditions like kidney disease or are pregnant, consult your healthcare provider before starting regular use. If you want to finally lower your blood sugar, melt stubborn fat, and protect your arteries, don't wait. Start using this leaf daily and see the difference yourself. Hit like, subscribe, and share so more people can discover this simple science-backed secret for better,